This is why your family avoids you. 6 painful mistakes seniors make. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like no one really wanted you there? Like your presence was more of a duty than a joy? Do you ever wonder why your phone doesn't ring? Why the holidays feel colder? Or why do your grown children seem to always be too busy? You're not alone. And no, it's not just how life is. Many seniors unknowingly make small mistakes that slowly drive their family away. And the worst part? No one tells you about them until it's too late. But today, that changes. In this video, we'll uncover 6 painful mistakes that push loved ones away. Mistakes that are surprisingly common, but rarely talked about. You'll learn what behaviors create emotional distance without you even realizing it. How simple changes can rebuild connections and bring your family closer. And why some families slowly detach, not out of cruelty, but out of quiet exhaustion. Some of these truths will be hard to hear, but if you stay with me till the end, you'll walk away with real tools to repair the damage before it's too late. Welcome to After Older Year, where we talk about real struggles, hidden truths, and how to take back control in the later years of life. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because no one should have to face these truths alone. Before we talk about the 6 mistakes, let's get one thing clear. Feeling isolated isn't just about being alone in a room. It's about the silence that follows after a text goes unanswered. It's the quiet ache of knowing your family is out there, living their lives, without you in it. That kind of loneliness cuts deeper than most people think. And it doesn't happen overnight. It builds slowly, from misunderstandings, unspoken tension, and tiny habits that pile up over time. Sometimes the people you love don't even realize they're pulling away. And sadly, neither do you. Until the gap is wide enough to feel permanent. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Understanding what's causing that distance is the first step. Because once you see the patterns clearly, you can start to shift them. You can rebuild the trust that's been cracked. You can open doors that have quietly closed. And that's exactly why this constant complaining. Before we talk about reconnecting with your family, we need to talk about something many people don't even realize they're doing. Constant complaining. It often starts small. Maybe a comment about your aching back, the price of groceries, or how things were better back in the day. But when every conversation turns into a list of problems, family members start to feel emotionally drained. They may not say it out loud, but deep down, they start dreading the next phone call or visit. They're not being cruel, they're just overwhelmed. When every interaction feels heavy, people begin to pull away. And here's the hardest part. You might not even notice you're doing it. You're sharing how you feel. You're venting. But to them, it sounds like constant negativity. The good news? You can shift it. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, try pointing out what's going well. Ask your grandkids about their interests. Share a funny memory. Tell someone you're proud of them. Even small moments of gratitude or curiosity can change the entire energy of a conversation. It's not about pretending life is perfect. It's about reminding the people you love that being around you unsolicited advice. Before we talk about rebuilding trust, we need to face a habit that often comes from a place of love, but doesn't always feel that way to others. Unsolicited advice. You've lived a full life. You've seen what works and what doesn't. So when your adult children make choices you disagree with, whether it's about parenting, money, or their lifestyle, it's tempting to step in and offer your wisdom. But here's the thing. Advice, when not asked for, can feel like criticism, even if your intentions are good. To your children, it might sound like you don't trust them. like you think they're incapable of figuring things out on their own. And that feeling of being judged or second-guessed can quietly push them away. You may just be trying to help, but to them, it can feel like they're never good enough. The better approach? Wait. Wait until they ask for your input. And when they do, offer it with care, not as a command, but as a suggestion. Sometimes, the greatest gift you can give your grown children is the space to grow without interference, and the confidence that you believe in them even when they make mistakes. Mistake 3. Resistance to change. Before we talk about staying connected with your family, we have to talk about something that quietly creates distance, even when no one argues or raises their voice. Resistance to change. It might show up as refusing to use a smartphone, or dismissing modern values and saying, "That's not how we did it," or avoiding new habits that the rest of the family embraces, like digital calendars, video calls, or even how holidays are celebrated now. At first, it may seem harmless, but over time, it builds a wall between generations. Family members, especially the younger ones, may feel like they have to tiptoe around you. They might stop sharing parts of their life because they assume you won't understand, or worse, won't even try. It's not about changing who you are. It's about showing willingness to meet them halfway. You don't have to master every app or agree with every trend, but a little curiosity, a little flexibility, it goes a long way. When you show that you're open to learning, your family sees that you're trying to stay connected, not stuck in the past. And that effort? It earns respect. It reopens doors that were slowly closing. Mistake 4. Overdependence. Before we talk about building stronger family relationships, we need to look at something that often starts with good intentions, but can slowly become a heavy burden. Overdependence. As we age, it's natural to lean more on the people closest to us. Whether it's needing help around the house, someone to talk to during lonely evenings, or support during doctor visits, family feels like the safest place to turn. But here's where it gets complicated. When the emotional or physical needs become constant, when your family starts to feel like they're your only lifeline, it can become too much. Even the most loving child or grandchild can begin to feel overwhelmed. They may start avoiding calls, skipping visits, or pulling away, not because they don't care, but because they're emotionally exhausted. And they may not even know how to say it without hurting you. That's why it's so important to reclaim independence, even in small ways. Join a local group. Call a neighbor. Find new routines that don't always involve family. The goal isn't to push them away. It's to take pressure off the relationship, so it can breathe. When your family sees that you're trying to manage things on your own, they'll often feel more willing to step in. Holding on to grudges. Before we talk about creating peace within your family, we need to talk about the quiet damage that comes from holding on to old pain. It might start with a small comment made years ago, a forgotten birthday, a disagreement that was never fully resolved. And even now, those moments still come up. In conversations, in tone, in the silence that follows. Bringing up the past over and over again can feel like protecting yourself. But to your family, it often feels like a trap. They feel like no matter what they do today, they're still being punished for yesterday. Over time, it becomes exhausting. And instead of facing those awkward or painful reminders, they start staying away. But you don't have to let old wounds control the future. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing to stop carrying the weight. It means looking at your family, not for who they were, but for who they are now. When you let go of the need to prove a point, you create space for new memories, new connections, and real healing. Mistake 6. Neglecting personal well-being. Before we talk about rebuilding trust and connection, we have to address something that hits close to home for many seniors: neglecting personal well-being. It might start with skipping regular doctor visits, ignoring little aches and pains, or losing interest in simple daily routines like eating well or staying active. Sometimes it feels easier to let things slide, to avoid the stress of facing health problems head-on. But to your family, this can be deeply worrying. They see it as a sign that you're giving up or not valuing yourself. And when they feel powerless to help, some may choose to step back rather than watch you struggle. It's not about trying to be perfect. It's about showing that you care about yourself enough to keep going. When you prioritize self-care, whether it's a daily walk, taking medications on time, or simply eating a balanced meal, you send a clear message to your loved ones. You respect yourself. You want to be there for them. And that kind of strength can bring families closer because it eases their fears and reminds them you're still fighting. Conclusion. We've talked about 6 painful mistakes that many seniors make: constant complaining, unsolicited advice, resistance to change, overdependence, holding on to grudges, and neglecting personal well-being. Each one, small on its own, can slowly push family members away. But the good news is that every mistake comes with a way forward. Whether it's choosing gratitude, waiting to offer advice, staying open to new ideas, seeking independence, practicing forgiveness, or prioritizing self-care. The first step is always awareness. Recognizing these patterns in yourself is powerful, because when you start to address them, you open the door to healing, understanding, and stronger family bonds. If this video spoke to you, please take a moment to like it and subscribe to After Older Years for more honest, helpful insights. We're here to support you on this journey, because no one should feel alone in family struggles.